Good evening, my friends. Welcome over to the Jackery channel, of course, over here on Amazon. And for those of you watching on the other channels, welcome, of course, to our side as well. We got a very beautiful show for you guys with a bunch of amazing power stations. Of course, you guys see that big old table back there, that nice ominous table with some very cool products that we're actually using some of them tonight for. You guys probably see that nice little glowing orb right in the middle. That's definitely running off one of them. What you guys don't see is some lighting that's, of course, super bright. You guys can probably see the glow off my hands. There's also another one over here glowing. Those are also running off power stations as well. Now, Jackery makes some very phenomenal power stations that's going to work out for you for whatever need you need it for. And Phil, good morning, good morning, good morning, or evening, or whatever you want to call it, buddy. Hello, how are you doing? Now, with those guys, beautiful power stations, it's going to do what you need when you need it and for whatever needs you need it for. Uh, Rather it be from entry level system just to quick charge your phone or to a big boy system to run your house off. Jackery's got you covered with all of them. Now, Jackery's even got you covered, guys, with a whole bunch of different accessories as well, from, let's say, charging cables to carrying bags to even jumper cables to jumpstart your car. Now, we're going to start this off with, I'm going to say, their smallest but very powerful system. This, of course, is going to be their Jackery Explorer 100 Plus. Now, the 100 Plus is accessible, of course, and can be ran off of the app. It's a Plus series. But you guys are probably wondering, hey, where's it at? Well, it's right over there. It's that little thing right over here. So we'll grab that, of course. The tables are actually farther away from me tonight. I'm not sure what I set up or how I set it up tonight, but hey, that's what's going to happen. The Jackery Explorer 100 Plus is a very beautiful power station that does 31,000 milliamps of power and 99 watt hours of LiPo4 cell power. Now, with this, of course, you're going to get, of course, the USB-C to USB-C charging cable. This cable is, of course, accessible with 100 watts pass-through. Now, with it, of course, you're also going to get this beautiful little adapter plug. This is a USB-C to DC plug for your solar panel, of course, as well. Now, portable, mini, very accessible, less than 2 pounds, no problem. Could be put in your backpack, put in your purse, or carried pretty much anywhere on hand. Now, look at that beauty. Right there is that little beautiful little station right there, of course. Dual USB-C ports, 100 watts in and out port charging capable, and of course that USB-A port at 18 watts max. Now, it does have a digital display. You guys can see right there. It shows you guys 100% charged. Well, that's because I keep charging it because I keep using it, so I've got to make sure it's fully charged. And, of course, fully charging that, you can do it under 2 hours. That's right, under 2 hours to fully charge this off a wall plug through the USB-C cable plug. Now, the one thing I will tell you, though, is if you're charging it through that USB-C plug, you will need a wall adapter that will accept that 100 watts of power to go through, just so you know. Now, with this, you'll be able to run a bunch of cool stuff off of it, ranging from your phones, your laptops, like let's say your MacBook Airs, your MacBook Pros, or even your little, I'm going to say notebooks and netbooks that charge off a USB-C device. Now, the real cool part is you can definitely run, let's say, a Nintendo Switch off of it, and I've done that. I've actually had fun doing it, and I actually worked for over 3.5 to 4 hours with no problem, but I also had another device connected up to it besides the Nintendo Switch. I also had the portable monitor connected up, so we can actually do that. Beautiful colorway right here. Normally $150, guys. There's a $20 clippable coupon for this little powerhouse, so you're going to save a few bucks off of this, of course, on hand. Now, you're going to get about 2,000 charge cycles off of this. That's going to be like, let's say, 6 hours a day for the next few years or more before it starts to see a little degraded in the battery power, but you should get a lot more than that with no problem. There's actually 6 forms of protection built in. It also has an intelligent BMS or intelligent battery management system built in here as well. So if you guys need a nice little portable station like this, the 100 Plus is a great option for you. Now, we're going to move over from the 100 Plus to, of course, the 240. Now, the 240 is another beautiful little mini power station that can be, of course, accessible and taken pretty much wherever you want. Now, the 240, under 7 pounds of weight, of course. Normally, it's approximately $239. Tonight, it's got a $40 clippable coupon, plus it's already $219 down, so you're going to save even more with that. Now, the 240, great, amazing power station, portable, accessible, under 7 pounds of weight, so it can be carried and taken anywhere. Now, with this one, you have a fixed handle. The fixed handle is actually very accessible and easy to grip. Has their beautiful bright logo right there. You guys see that Jackery logo. That logo is amazing. I love the color. I love the pop of that. Now, with it, of course, you got some cooling technologies right here on the side, and that's going to be your air vents, plus the fan system to help cool the LifePo 4 cells. On the bottom, silicone pads to help, of course, set it wherever you need. Now, with this, you have that 300-watt AC outlet over here, 300 watts of pure sine wave power, 240 watt-hours of power with this system. You have two USB-A ports, 5-volt 2.4 amps right there in the middle, and of course you have that DC plug on the side and the DC plug on top. Now the DC plug up here on top is your cigarette lighter style device. This is going to be your input for your solar panel or wall plug. Now, of course, charging this is going to take a few differences compared to the other one. 3.5 hours to take it to fully charge on a wall plug. If you want to charge it on a car cigarette lighter, guys, 5 hours in the car, it's charged up and running. If you have, let's say, a Solar Saga 100 panel, about 5 hours fully charged, and you're good to go. Now, with this one, since it is definitely still small, but it has the AC outlet, you guys, you should be able to run your Nintendo Switch for approximately 40 hours off of this 240 watt-hours of power. Now, if you guys are using, let's say, your mirrorless cameras or your Sony ZV-1s and you need to charge the battery, you'll get approximately 14 to 15 charges off of this, depending on the wattage. And some of those are 8-watt batteries, so you're good there with them. This is a nice little piece, has Class 9 drop protections, has everything you want, plus that pure sine wave power connectability, and it is a beautiful, beautiful little piece. This is an amazing one. I kind of like this one. It's a great little option for you if you're looking for something like that. I say, hey, check this one up. Or check this one out. Now, what I will tell you guys, though, is definitely check out, of course, the solar panel to get it with it, so you can actually charge it that way, so you're good to go. $240, amazing little piece, great little price point. Hey, Pudgy, thanks for the follow, buddy. I appreciate that. Commercials. I don't know what commercials you're talking about. Hey, Justin, what's up, buddy? I see Justin's here. Now, we're going to move over to another very accessible and portable power station. Normally $349. This one's about $279 tonight, plus a $50 clippable coupon for you. This is going to be the 300. Now, 300 still has that fixed handle and that beautiful logo. And, of course, the cooling technologies and the silicone pads like you come to expect. The difference is this one's got two AC outlets, 300 watts of pure sine wave power through those, of course, with that. Now this, you're going to have two USB-A ports and one USB-C port. That USB-C port is an in and out port. It's going to allow for 60 watts of charging capability through that port. You then have, of course, the input DC plug and your output DC plug over here as well. Now, the one thing that all these power stations have in common is they are individually switched for the actual plugs with that. And I kind of like that right here. This is kind of cool. Now, we're going to talk about it. This one's going to take you a little longer to charge. 3.5 hours wall plug, and that's the way it's going to go. If you want to charge it with the USB-C and the wall plug, you can have it fully charged in 2 hours. No problem whatsoever. If you guys want to use cigarette car lighter while you're traveling and whatever, you just got to do a lot of cool stuff, and then you plug it into the cigarette lighter, 3.5 hours fully charged, no issues. Still has that Class 9 drop protection, still will run approximately 40 hours of that Nintendo Switch, or about 15 to 16 battery charges for your cameras. Now, you could technically run a CPAP machine off of this for about 5 hours as well on hand. Nice little portable. The 300 is a great option. And, of course, that $50 off. Class 9 drop protections. 293 watt-hours of power with this one. It's a very, very beautiful option with this. The 300, of course, nice little piece. Sheila. Nope. No, Sheila. No, I don't want to. Nope. You take me off those glasses. Don't be scaring yourself. Oh, what do we got up next? I think up next is going to be. Oh, we also have the 300 with a solar panel option. So they also have the 300 with the solar panel option in the carousel, guys. You can get the 100-watt Solar Saga panel with this $579 kit, but does have a $100 clippable coupon. Now that solar panel is actually really cool, waterproof, and of course accessible with that. I did not realize we had that kit for you tonight. So you guys got two options of the 300 for you. Now we're going to move over to the 500, of course. Another little beautiful piece right here. Of course, it does weigh a little bit more. The 500. Let's talk about the 500 right here. The Jackery Explorer 500. 518 watt hours of power. Now, you got one AC outlet, 500 watts of pure sine wave power with this device, of course. Now, 13 pounds, though, of weight. So it does weigh a little bit, and you guys can see I can still balance it without a problem. So you have the 500 that's accessible. Still has that fixed handle. Has their beautiful logo. Has, of course, that nice little screen. If we turn it on, you guys will see the battery charge. This one has that one AC outlet of 500 watts of pure sine wave power. Has 3 USB-A ports for your little cell phones or lighting gear. Also has, of course, 3 different DC plugs right here, ranging from your cigarette lighter to your standard laptop style plugs. And then you have the input plug as well to charge this. To charge this one, though, it's going to take you a lot more to fully charge it. 5.5 hours on a wall plug, 5.5 hours on a cigarette car lighter plug, or 7.5 hours with the Solar Saga 100 panel. Now, with this, of course, you're going to be able to run, let's say, your flat screen TV for multiple hours, your mini coolers, of course, or your 80-watt laptops and other devices with no issues or quirks. Now, if you want to run your air compressor to air up your tires in your car, the 500 will allow you to do that for about 8 hours of runtime. If you have a power outage, of course, you definitely could run let's say, your little mini heaters or your electric heating pads or electric heating blankets to get you a little chill off of you. This can actually come in quite handy, of course, with that. Multiple connections, multiple usage is actually a really, really great price. Normally $530, it's $499 tonight with this one. That's a great option, but there's also a $100 clippable coupon with this on hand. Now, the one thing I didn't show you is this one actually has a flashlight. So if you guys want to see that flashlight right there, of course, you have it to run. Now, that flashlight's going to work out well for a lot of you and, of course, still very portable. This will allow you to run your CPAP machine most of the night. I kind of like that. It's going to allow me to sleep with my oxygen mask on top of me. Guys, 500. Beautiful power station, the 500. Any questions at all? Sheila is using some X-Real glasses and told me to pucker up. Nope, not going to happen, Sheila. Not putting me on the big glasses. No way. Guys, this is a great little power station. I love the 500. 13 pounds. It's like you can carry it on your shoulder, no problem. Act like it's a boombox and just walk around wherever you need. Maybe you're going camping. Maybe you're going hiking. This is going to be a great little option for emergency backup road trips or camping. Great piece. And of course, definitely carryable. A lot of people should be able to carry this, no problem whatsoever. So that's the 500. What? Now we're going to move into, of course, the 1000. Now the 1000 is a bigger power station. We're going to jump cameras over here. Let's go up, of course. Up there. There's the 1000. Now the 1000 is a beautiful little power station. Let me see if I can get my camera to go up there a little better. Let's see. Can we get up there? Whoa, camera just went wonky. All right, the 1000's right there, guys. We're going to talk about the 1000, right? 1002 watt hours of power for you. Has 3 AC outlets, guys. 1000 watts of pure sine wave connectability. It has 2 USB-C ports and 2 USB-A ports. Has that cigarette lighter plug. And, of course, has that digital display so you guys can see the battery. Now, with this, you still have that Class 9 drop protection and, of course, the cooling technology is built in with the 1000. Now it has a flashlight like the 500 as well. Now, the flashlight, if you hold down, you can go to SOS pattern with that as ease. Now, with this one, It's going to weigh a little bit more, guys. This is, of course, got more weight, so it's going to take a little bit more to carry it with no issues or problems. You're going to be able to run a bunch of stuff because it is 1,002 watt hours of power. You definitely can run a window AC off of this for about an hour. You can run your 500 watt refrigerators for approximately 2 hours of runtime with that. Your CPAP machine all night, no problem. That little flashlight, you can run that for many, many hours. Now we can get into charge times and charge rates. 5 hours wall plug fully charged, 11.5 hours cigarette lighter. Of course, multiple solar panels will allow you to charge the 1000 in under 6 hours. Now with it, you're going to be able to run more stuff because it still has that individually wrapped LifePost cells. It's going to give you that power that you need on hand. Whether it be your electric blanket, your 5 watt light bulb, your mini coolers, your flat screen TVs, like your 60 watt flat screen TVs back there, 9 hours of runtime. It's a beautiful piece. Now, 22 pounds though. This one does weigh a little bit, so do know the 1000 weighs 22 pounds. Now, the USB-A port is going to be a 5-volt, 2.4 amp. The quick charge USB-A volt is going to be 5 to 6 volts at 3 amps. And the USB-C plug on this is going to be a 5-volt, 3 amp and 9-volt, 3 amp port plug with that because you have two different USB-A ports on the 1000. Now, with it, of course, you have a very, very beautiful, accessible piece that can be carried around with the 1000. Lithium-ion batteries, of course, 46.4 amp hours of this one, which is going to be your 1002 watt hours, of course, at 21.6 volts of capacity on the 1000. Now, the 1000, of course, has the multiple connections and, of course, safe and reliable and durable. It's going to have your battery management system and your intelligent systems. So it's going to have all the protections that you need built in on hand with this. Normally $1,100. This one's $9.99 tonight, but there's a $350 clippable coupon. That's actually a nice big discount for you if you need something that's going to do that. I love the option of this. It's just a great little piece, of course. It's going to work out well and going to do amazing, amazing things for a lot of you. Let's check chat, guys. Always feel free to ask questions. We are here to answer the questions that you need. Unless it's Sheila asking me what do I look like on glasses, and I don't know. How's everybody's night going? Everybody having a great week so far? A great start to your week? Hopefully everybody's having an actually really good week, I'm going to say. All right, guys, we're going to move away from the entry-level systems into what I like to call the big boys. Now, we're going to start off with this one with the 1500, and then we're going to go up and up and up. The 1500 is going to be an amazing option for you, normally $1,700, but the 1500 does have a $500 clippable coupon. Now, the 1500 is going to have, of course, a dual voltage monitoring system. It's going to have, of course, 8 temperature sensors and the intelligent BMS, your battery management. So it's going to have the cooling technology and can be fully charged on a wall plug in 2 hours. Now, we're going to have to jump over here, and we're going to have to actually pop down, and we're going to have to be like, which one's the 1500? Well, the 1500, of course, is being blocked by the 3 plus, and it's right here. Now with that is the 1500. So what we're going to do is we're going to move over and we're going to laugh at the pillows because I guess I didn't fluff them enough. And my wife will be like, why did you show those? 1500, guys. 1512 watt hours of power. Now this one's kind of cool because the light on it actually has this nice cork or rubberized plug that goes over it. And it will actually turn on multiple modes and then go into SOS pattern with that on here. Now, the one thing that this has that the others didn't have so far is, of course, the handle that folds up and has the nice little bright orange handle that can actually be carried around. And I kind of like that option. Now, with it, of course, it has 2 USB-A ports at 18 watts max, 2 USB-C ports at 100 watts max, and 3 AC outlets at 1800 watts of pure sine wave power. Now, this actually changes the actual screen so it's a more high contrast style screen. has that battery percentage, the input and output of your wattage. It will also show you guys the amount of watts and hours left when stuff is plugged into it. So you do have that accessibility with it on hand. Everything is still individually switched with it, of course, and works out well. Now, with this, like I said, fully charged in 2 hours on a wall plug if you guys need. If you guys want to take it in your RV and cross-country trips, so let's say you're going from, let's say, Southern California all the way up to maybe Yellowstone, or maybe you guys are heading over to the Grand Canyon. 16.5-hour car drive should fully charge this device on a cigarette lighter plug. If you have multiple solar panels, you'll be able to charge the 1500 with that as well. Now, this is going to allow you to run more stuff because it is a 1512 watt hours of power. You're going to be able to run, let's say, your microwave oven for about 70 minutes. Now, microwave ovens are a power hungry device. So it will range in different ranges for different microwaves. That's just the way it goes. If you want to run your 60 to 65 watt flat screen TV, approximately 17 to 17 and a half hours of runtime. That light bulb that's built into this, 115 hours, you're good to go. Maybe you want to run a 100 watt movie projector out back and do a movie night. You can do that with this, no issues whatsoever. Now, for those of you that like to use these in your garages to power up maybe some machinery, maybe a wood lathe, or maybe an angle grinder, drills, or other devices, you can do that. Your 400 to 800 watt hand drill is going to range about 3 hours of runtime. Your angle grinder, same 3 hours. Your 1100 watt weed whacker, about 105 minutes. Your leaf blowers, pole saws, and of course, your table saws as well. Since it is 1,002 watt hours, most of those can actually run off of this with no problem. The weight is what's going to throw you off of this one. This one does weigh, of course, right here. This is 37.5 pounds, so it does have a good amount of weight with that. So do know that the 1500 weighs a little bit. It's not going to be one of those ones you're going to carry around all day, but would be accessible and, of course, carryable, portable enough that you can move it from room to room or plug it in outside to get that solar charge going with this. The 1500 is actually an amazing piece. Now, of course, like I said, you have all of the capabilities with the USB-C ports, up to 100 watts of max charging capability. The USB 3.0 quick charge at 18 watts max, of course, and the AC outlets at 1800 watts or 3600 watts peaks. So it can do a peak power with the 1500. Normally $16.99. You're going to have a $500 clippable coupon with this one tonight. It's going to do well for you. Now we're going to move over to, of course, the 2000 Pro. Now the 2000 Pro is actually on the opposite side of the table right there for you. Now, pretty much the same housing with this, but the difference is it's got more power. It's got 2160, that's right, 2160 watt hours of power. Still has, of course, that light that does hide, of course, with here. You guys can pop it up, turn it on if you guys need, and get it going. Has that handles, of course, that does fold up and can be put away. You guys notice that I didn't put the cork back in properly or the rubber plug, but that's easy. 3 AC outlets, guys, at 2200 watts of pure sine wave power with those. You have the 2 USB-A ports, 2 USB-C ports, and that beautiful contrasting display. Has a cigarette lighter plug, 12 volt 10 amp, that actually has a plug that covers up as well. Good for the air mattresses and other devices. Still has, of course, that beautiful display and individually switched switches that's going to change out the screen for you with this. And I kind of like that. Now, this one has a little audible click when you click them, but not a big deal for that. Now, the 2000 Pro, will it run your... Yes, it will run your 520 watt refrigerator, no problem whatsoever. It's not going to run it all day, but you should be able to get about 3.5 hours or 4 hours, or about 3.5 hours of runtime off of that. Most double door refrigerators, like the smaller ones, are about 520 watts. Now, if you have the big ones, it's going to take a little bit more, so it might run less time. But yeah, it will definitely run that. Yeah, no problem, David. 2 hours fully charged on a wall outlet, 24 hours in your cigarette car lighter, of course, with this. Now, since you have 2160 watt hours of power at 2200 watts of pure sine wave power, but it does max that capability out though for you. You could run your blenders, your 1100 watt window AC for about 2 hours if you wanted. Your 520 watt refrigerator, like I was telling David, that's approximately 3.25 to 3.5 hours of runtime with that. So you definitely have that. Now, I will tell you guys, 2200 watts of pure sine wave power, 4400 watts peak. I don't recommend doing the peak power, but if you need to, it can do it. So 43 pounds of weight with this one, still very accessible. If you guys want to run your microwave, about 96 minutes. Microwaves, it's one of them things. Like I always say, guys, microwaves are really power hungry. You never know how much power is going to draw through a microwave depending on what you're cooking. That's the way it's going to work. 8 ports, guys, of connectability with this one. That's going to work very, very well for you. $500 off is a no-brainer. That drops that down to a well-ranged or well-reachable range of a price point for a beautiful big station. Now, that is, of course, the big, big boy right there. Very beautiful, beautiful little station. Yeah, definitely. We're here to answer those questions, David. So I'm glad you asked. Just making sure you got your answer. Now we're going to move over to their largest standalone system that they have. Now, what do I mean by largest standalone system? Well, that's going to be, of course, the 3000 Pro. Now, the 3000 Pro is an amazing power station, but this is a full kit. Normally, this kit is $4,000, but there's a $700 clippable coupon tonight for this kit. You're going to get the 3000 Pro plus 2 Solar Saga 200 watt panels. Now, that's a large, large solar panel. Now, that solar panel is, of course, fully waterproof, water resistant, can work in harsh and wet weathers, and is made out of ETFE and monocrystalline solar cells. Now, the power station, of course, is, I'm going to pop over here and kind of show you guys right here, 12 forms of protection, 9 temperature sensors, and all of those other goodies on hand. With that, of course, it is in a suitcase-style design. It's going to give you nice, large 3-inch wheels and a telescopic handle. The telescopic handle is, of course, fully aluminum and accessible for you. Now, with it, since it's the 3000 Pro, it works with the Jackery app, and that app's going to allow you to control the plugs with your phone. Android and iOS accessible with no problem. Now with it, of course, if you guys want to see, we can show you guys right here, the run times. You can use a 5-watt light bulb for about 220 hours. This is going to be 3,024 watt hours of power at 3,000 watts of output on pure sine wave connectability. Now we're going to move over, of course, to here, and you guys can see the 2 large stations in the middle for you. And if I pop over, of course, well, with that, we can actually zoom on to those large stations. Now, the 3000, of course, is that one with the plug in it, right here. You get 4 AC outlets, standard 3-prong American style. 120 volt at 20 amp at 3000 watts of pure sine power. Then you get the 5th AC outlet. This 5th AC outlet is going to allow you to plug in a few different options, ranging from your EV car plug, that's going to plug into the adapter to charge your EV car plug, or your old school washers and dryers or house stoves for that. You still have the 2 USB-A 18-watt ports, 2 USB-C 100-watt ports, and of course the 12-volt 10-amp DC cigarette plug. Now hopefully you guys can kind of see the orange handle right here. That's going to help you lift it up and move it around. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you're trying to move this power station, it's not going to happen. Now, it can happen, guys. It is 64.5 pounds, so it does weigh quite a bit, but it's going to take them handles to lift that on here. Now, to fully charge this device, 2.5 hours on a wall plug, that's what it's going to take to charge this. So do know it's going to take you a little bit to charge that, of course, on hand. Now, if you want to charge it in multiple other ways, of course, guys, you're going to have to do that on hand with solar panels or cigarette car lighters. It can be done. It's just going to take you quite a bit to do that. It's just, Power on the go when you need it. Multiple ports connectability, ultra fast charging. If you use the solar panels, guys, 6 of those, 3.5 hours, you're good to go. Now, running this devices, you're going to be able to run, let's say, your 520 watt refrigerator with no problem for multiple hours. Your microwave oven for about 2.5 hours. Your 800 watt kitchen stove, about 3 hours of runtime. Or your space heaters, about your 350 watt space heaters, about 6 hours. Now, if you want to do, let's say, movie night out back, your 100 watt projectors, 21 hours with that projector. That 3 watt to 5 watt light bulb, anywhere from 200 to 220 watt or 220 hours of runtime. Now, if you're camping and you guys want to charge your camera gear, 126 charges for your 8 watt cameras. That's quite a bit of good time with that. Now, the full kit with the solar panels is approximately 99.2 pounds. 3,000 watts, 6,000 watts surge peak, so you can run a TIG or MIG welder off of this. Now, this kit is normally $4,000, like I said, but there is a $700 clippable coupon. Now, with that, of course, we show you guys the app and how it runs, of course, on hand. We're going to swipe up, we're going to swipe left, and we're going to click the Jackery logo. Now, this may or may, it's logged in, so we're good to go. You guys can see I have a couple power stations right there. We're going to grab, of course, the Jackery down there on the bottom, the 3000 Pro. You guys see it shows about 31% charge and about 25 Celsius of runtime. Down there, you see that bright orange circle. That orange circle is, of course, the power. If I turn it off, that light in the middle should shut down in about a second or so. We're just going to make sure that it shuts down. There it goes. It's off, just like that. That means if you forget to unplug something, you can actually turn it on or off from the app, on the go, on the fly. I love it. It's that easy, that accessible. You don't have to worry about it. It's just there for you. So you can actually do it, run it, and you're going to have no problems. Inside this, of course, you guys can change a few other things like your battery management systems. If you want to use fully use or go into battery saving mode, you can do that. You also have charging settings where you can fast charge or quick charge on hand. The app is amazing. The app is very accessible. It's free, of course, on hand. You don't have to pay for the app. It comes with the service as long as you have the 3000 Pro or the Plus series power stations. Now, this one, of course, is going to be great for emergency power outages, living off the grid, RVs, of course, camping, maybe a motorhome, maybe your toy haulers, or your garages. If you guys need, like to make sure your garage work is powered up, this will do that. Power goes out, plug it into the 3000 Pro, and of course you can have some fun and get going and just run it. Very cool little piece. I love the 3000 Pro. It's an amazing product. I've run quite a bit of stuff off it from my 1150 watt window AC. Actually, my window AC is approximately 10,000 BTUs, and I ran it multiple times during Jackery streams during the summer with no problem at all. If you want to run, let's say, your 520 watt refrigerator, that's going to be your standard double door refrigerators. 5 hours of runtime off of this device, you're good to go. Any questions about the 3000 Pro? Just make sure you got that back brace on when you're lifting it up and down and off of the tables like me. Oh, they don't get lighter. Each time I do it, they get heavier. I don't know what it is. Or maybe I'm just tired. I don't know. Any questions about the 3000 Pro, guys? If not, we're going to move on over to a beautiful little mini system. We're going to talk about the 300 Plus. The 300 Plus, of course, since it's a Plus series, can work with the app. Now, you're probably wondering, well, what's so special about it? That's the size, man, the size. This is the 300 Plus. It has this beautiful handle right here. This handle means it's carryable. Now, the one thing I will tell you, though, is it does weigh 5 pounds of weight. It has, of course, one AC outlet of 300 watts of pure sine wave connectability at 288 watt hours of power. Now, it has 2 USB-C ports, 100 watts max charging capability. That means you can run your power-hungry devices from your MacBooks to, of course, your iPads or other devices that plug into a USB-C device. Maybe your new iPhone 15 Pro Max. Then you have a 15-watt USB-A port and, of course, that 12-volt 10-amp cigarette lighter. Now, it does have, of course, a flashlight on the other side that, of course, you'll have to power on the station to use with this. We're going to just hold down the switch and we're going to turn it on. Of course, that nice little display right there. If I hit, of course, let me see. Right there, the display comes on. It's going to show you guys Bluetooth, Wi-Fi connectability, and show you guys that 90 watts charging capability. I'll go over, of course, if I turn the flashlight on, you guys will see that it comes on. It goes in SOS pattern. 2 modes for that. Silicone pads. Now, the 300 Plus is normally $299. It's got a $45 clippable coupon, which is going to save you guys a little bit of money. Charge time, though, is going to change a little bit. It's under an hour and a half on a wall plug. The wall plug, of course, is the newer or larger style with the big orange plug. Now with this, if you want to charge it off a USB-C port, because there is a USB-C port on this that's in and out port, 2 3/4 of an hour, so a little under 3 hours fully charged. Your car lighter, 4 1/4 hours, so a little over 4 hours fully charged, you're good to go. If you have a solar panel, of course, you can do that as well. Running this means you're going to be able to run, let's say, your house fans for about 4.5 hours. Your laptop's about 3 charges with that. Your phones, like your iPhones, 13 charges. Your Nintendo Switches, I know you guys probably hear me say it a lot because I do love my Nintendo Switch. Now, with that, I got about 38 hours off mine when I was doing it. And I did test that with this, so I got about 38 hours. They do say about 40 hours now. I don't remember, though, when I did that test if this was fully charged or not. So I'm going to say about 40 hours, no problem on that. If you guys need right there, the 300 Plus is a beautiful, beautiful power station. I love this one. Now, another cool thing about this station is the actual kit. And they do offer the 300 Plus in a kit, which comes with this cool solar panel. Now, we're going to show you guys the solar panel because it really is an amazing solar panel. This is the Solar Saga 40. Now, the Solar Saga 40, this kit is really, really cool. We're going into this because I love this kit. Normally, this kit's $399. It's $299 tonight, guys, and it's going to save you some money with that. Now, with this, bookcase-sized or notebook-sized solar panel. This thing can fold up and be put in a backpack, no problem. Very light, very accessible. Has eye ringlets. I do recommend tying those down for you. Has this beautiful logo, and of course, this magnetic little latch that pops open. You're then going to be greeted with the monocrystalline solar cell. Now, you're probably thinking, oh, it's just one fold. No, it's not, because this actually comes out to 4 panels, which is actually nice and long. So if you guys want to see that, there is the length of the 4 panels. This 4 panels is going to grab 40 watts of power to help you charge that device. Now, when you plug this solar panel in, of course, to the station, it's going to allow you to charge it in approximately 7.5 hours with just this panel. When you're done, fold the panel back up and put it in your backpack and you're good to go. If you don't want to put it away, leave it out and let it do that. You can actually still use this device while it's charging with no problem. The 300 Plus with the 40 panel, like I said, is 25% off tonight, so $299 for this full kit. That's a great, great deal with that. Now, they also have the 300 Plus with another option for you guys, and that's going to be the Jackery Explorer 100 panel. And it can run off the 100 Solar Saga panel. This kit is normally, well, it's like $579, but there is an $80 clippable coupon, so you get the power station and the 100 watt panel. That's a great kit. I love the 100 watt panel. It's going to allow you to charge this a lot quicker. I'm going to say about 6.5 to 7 hours with that panel to charge that, and that's kind of cool. Now, remember, though, when you're using these panels, to make sure the panels are in the most optimal place of light. What I mean by that is where you place the solar panel should be placed where you're going to get the most and the brightest light throughout the day. Most of you will know where that is in your yard. If you have a nice yard, you'll know where that sun just comes down most of it. For me, it's actually my window. This window gets the most light in this place. And that's kind of cool. So when you set it up, guys, you'll set that up there to grab that light, and it's going to grab it well. Beautiful piece. Awesome options. and you can run a lot of different stuff off of that, of course, with no issue. Now, with that being said, we're going to move into what I like to call modular systems. Now, we're going to start off with the 1000 plus, and then we're going to move, of course, into a bigger system. But let's start with the 1000 plus. So we're going to jump scenes. We're going to do this, and of course, the 1000 plus is just right about there. Now, whoa, that camera just got. Oh, my camera's sorry about that, guys. My camera was acting weird. The remote is doing some funky stuff. So that's the 1000 plus. Now, the 1000 plus is 1264 watt hours of power, but it does have 3 AC outlets. Now, those 3 AC outlets you guys see there are actually 20 or 2000 watts of pure sine wave power. That means you're going to get 2000 watts of power to go through that 1000 watt system with no issue in pure sine wave connectability. To fully charge this device, though, under 2 hours fully charged on a wall plug. If you plug it into, let's say, your cigarette lighter in your RV or your toy hauler, or maybe your car for a cross-country trip, 7 hours fully charged, no problems. That's all it's going to be. Now, with this one, you're going to get about a 10-year battery lifespan, about 4,000 charge cycles before it drops down to about 80% of the battery life. But it should last you a lot longer than that, no problem. Has, of course, the intelligent BMSs, under 2 hour fully charged with no issues on hand. Now, the 1000, like I said, will allow you to fully charge this under 2 hours without an issue. Now, runtime, of course, since it is 1264 watt hours of power, you can run multiple items with no issues because you have all of that on hand. Fast charging, sustainability, more power when you need it. That means you're going to be able to run, let's say, your 900 watt electric cooker, like your crock pot or something, for about 1 hour of runtime. Your weed whackers, about 88 minutes. Your coffee machines and other devices, you'll be able to do that, not an issue. Now, the one thing I will tell you, though, you can run your 1100 watt window AC off of this for a little over an hour with no problem. This station does weigh 32 pounds. It has the cooling technologies on the side. It has individually wrapped LiFePO4 cells, and of course has that handle that does move around. With this, though, I'm going to tell you guys, you have the multiple ports, 3 AC outlets, and then you have the 2 USB ports and 2 USB-C ports with it on hand. The 1000, of course, is like $1,200, but there is a $100 clippable coupon with the station. Now, with that, they also offer another kit with this, and that's going to be the 1000 plus 2 solar panels. And that's what's next in the carousel. Now, this kit is normally $1,700, but there's a $200 clippable coupon. You're going to get this 1000 power station and 2 of the Solar Saga 100 panels. That means you can actually have this charging off solar panels in, of course, low light settings and still be running it and using all the plugs without an issue. Now, that kit, like I said, $1,700, but it is, of course, $200 clippable coupon. That's going to bring it down to about $14.99 for you. That's actually a good deal on hand. Now, remember, though, I did say that it is a modular system. So what does a modular mean? Now, modular to me means it can be expandable. You can actually add batteries to it, and that's what the next kit in the carousel is. That's going to be the 1000 plus kit. Now, the 1000 plus kit is going to give you that power station and a battery. So if I kind of zoom out a little bit, you guys are going to see, of course, the power station and the battery. The battery is the top one on that other stack over there. That's going to give you guys a total of 2,528 watt hours of power. Normally $2,400 with this kit. It is actually it's actually $23.99, but there's a $300 clippable coupon for this full kit. Now, we'll show you guys a few things. First and foremost, this battery does have a display screen right here that you'll turn on, and it will actually work. And it's going to show you guys 100% charge. It has a handle to carry it around. On the back of the battery, though, it also has this little tray that's going to pop open, and that's where you're going to use your connecting cables for this to connect to this power station on hand. The cool part is this kit comes with the station, 1 battery, and 2 solar panels, but you can get actually 3 of these batteries to connect up to it to give you 5 kilowatts of hour power. That's off the grid living and can run quite a bit with that. Now, when you get this kit, of course, like I said, it's going to come with that extra battery, but it's also going to come with the connecting cable to allow you to do that. And since you're doubling your power, you're going to be able to double your runtime on all of the devices that you're using, ranging from your window ACs to other pieces. Now, the one cool I would suggest or recommend, guys, is definitely getting that carrying case for it or getting the extender cable. There's a 16.5-foot extender cable, so you can extend it to the solar panels and get those out of the rain. Now, the 1000 plus kit, beautiful kit, guys. I use that quite a bit. We've had some fun with it. It's got some accessibilities, and it's still very portable. But the full kit, guys, about 65.5 pounds, and that means the battery, the station, and the 2 solar panels that comes with this kit. So any questions about that kit, guys, at all, please ask us. Because if not, we're going to actually move on to their largest modular system. I'm going to check chat before we get going, and I'm also going to take a sip of water. So now we're going to move on, of course, to the larger system. That's going to be the one back there that's kind of hidden. If I zoom in a little more, you're going to see it right there. That is the 2000 plus. Now, the 2000 plus power station is normally $2,199, but there is a $200 clippable coupon on the 2000 plus. Now, the 2000 plus can work with the with the app and, of course, solar panels. The app does work on iOS or Android, so you're good there with that. Now, to charge this device, you're going to have to plug it into a wall plug. It's going to take about 2 hours to fully charge it. Or you can plug it into your cigarette car lighter, and it's going to take about 25 hours on a road trip. Or if you guys got solar panels, but we'll get into the solar panels in a few as well with that. Now, with this is 2,042 watt hours of power on this device. 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power, 6,000 watts peak power. Now you have the 4 AC outlets down there, 3-prong, 120 volt, of course, 20 amp at 3,000 watts of pure sine wave power. Then you have that 5th one that's going to allow you to plug in, let's say, your TIG or MIG welders, or your old school washers and dryers, or even your old stoves, or let's say you want to plug into your EV car charging brick. You could do that as well. Now, 30 decibels of quiet soundness. It has intelligent BMSs, guys. It's got that safe durability and everything with that. YC, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Now, of course, again, 10 years will last for over 10 years, no problem. Just going to go there. Now, with this one, though, since you have so much power, you're going to be able to run your CPAP machine for over 150 hours on hand. Your 200 watt all-in-one desktop PCs, that's going to be like your all-in-one Dells or HPs. About 12 hours of runtime. Your 1150 watt window ACs, you're going to be able to run for about 2 hours with that. Now, the 2000 though will run your double door refrigerator with your ice machine about 520 watts of power, about 3 hours or so with this. If you want to use it for your RV and other stuff, you guys can use it for that, of course, as well. The AC is going to do great for you. Most RVs are about 1,000 watts of power, so you're going to get about a little over 2.25 hours of runtime on the AC power. Now, the cool part is you guys can take this into your garage. That means you're going to be able to run your welding machines, your angle grinders, your electric water pumps, your weed eaters, your electric drills, your chainsaws, and everything in between. It can be ran off of this, no issues or no quirks about it. If you guys want to do off-the-grid living, you guys can run your, let's say, your sub pump or water pump or your well pump off of this. Most of those are ranging around 60 to 70 watts of power, about 19 hours of runtime. That's going to do well. Add some solar panels and you guys can run it with that, of course. Now, the 2000 plus is a beautiful little piece. The 2000 plus is just an amazing product. That is normally $21.99, but has a $200 clippable coupon for you. Now we're going to move over to the 2000 plus the solar panels. Now they do have an option for you guys to do the 2000 plus the solar panels, and that's what we're going to show you guys. Normally it's like, I think normally it's let's see, $3,299 if I can remember right, but I believe there's a $300 clippable coupon on this one. Now that means you're going to get the station plus the 2 solar panels. Now, those solar panels are actually going to be the 200-watt Solar Saga panels. That's a larger panel. That panel is going to do well for you guys, and it's going to allow you to charge this device and run it at the same time. Now, I do recommend, though, guys, definitely get 6 of these solar panels. That way you guys can fully charge it in 2 hours without a problem. You don't have to worry about it. Just get, of course, multiple panels, and you're good to go. So that is, of course, the 2000 plus the 2000 solar panels. Now we're going to get into the actual kit. This is called the 4000 kit. Now the 4000 kit is actually that station and the battery right above it. That means you're going to double your power to 4,085 watt hours of power. This kit's normally $3,799, but it's actually got a $300 clippable coupon. Now, like I said, it's modular or expandable. That means you can expand it with this battery. That's going to give you double the power range, almost 5 kilowatts of hour, but you can actually add up to 5 batteries with this kit. If you add 5 batteries, this is going to give you guys 12 kilowatts of hour power. That means you're going to be able to run most of your house all day, no problem, and then some. Of course, each of those batteries does have a plug-in, so you can actually add solar panels to it. So you can actually put solar panels on the station and, of course, the battery. Now, that's really, really cool. Since you're doubling your runtime with that, you guys can do everything you need on hand, including running your welding machines or other devices without a problem. That means your 200-watt PC is now going to run for 24 hours. Your CPAP machine, 300 hours. Your 520-watt refrigerator, 4.25 hours. What else could we talk about? Your projectors, 28 hours. Your 1,000-watt window AC is about 2.5 hours or so. Your tea kettles, your welding machines, your water pumps, and everything else. Even your space heaters, like your inverter heaters, about 38 hours of runtime on your inverter heater with that kit, 4000 kit. Now, we're also going to talk about the largest 4000 kit, and that's actually going to be the battery, the station, and 2 of the Solar Saga panels. Normally $5,000 for this kit. There's a $500 clippable coupon for you tonight, which is going to do well for you. And since you're getting the battery, the station, and of course 2 solar panels, you're good to go. Now remember though, you can actually add 6 panels to the station and of course multiple panels to the battery as well, and you're good to go. And remember, I also said that you can add 5 batteries total to the station, but if you want, you technically can connect 2 of these power stations, and we're going to get into this. So if you wanted, you can connect up 2 of the Jackery, or I'm going to say the 2000 plus stations. You can connect up or link 2 of the 2000 plus stations, and then you can add 10 batteries to give you 24 kilowatts of hour power. That means you've just phenomenally said, hey, I'm not paying my electric bill. I'm going to run my house off of this, and I'm not going to have a problem with it. You're going to be able to do it with no problem. Now, just remember, though, those batteries and, of course, those kits do weigh a good amount of weight. And since you're going to have that much, you're going to need even more solar panels to charge everything. $500 off of that, guys, is a great, great deal and a great price with those stations. The 2000 plus is a beautiful one. Now, just like the 3000, we're going to pop over. We're going to show you guys a couple images with this. So let me grab those images for the 2000 plus. Right here, we're going to show you guys. There is, of course, the iOS and Android app that can be worked with it, the Jackery app. Now, of course, it's got those large 3-inch wheels and the telescopic aluminum handle that pulls up and down for you, so you can actually take it where you want when you need to. Right there, 12 forms of protection, 9 temperature sensors, and of course 30% improved heat disposition of those LiFePro4 cells. What else can we show you guys? We can show you guys a little bit better of a close-up than my zoomed-in camera, but right there, you guys see there. Or if you guys want to see some of the run times, 220 hours for that light bulb, 3 hours on that window AC, and of course, your charge times. 2,000 plus, guys. Beautiful, beautiful kit. Beautiful power station. Definitely worth checking out, and definitely one of those ones I would say, hey, it's gonna be perfect. Now it looks like we have one item left, and that's going to be the 100 portable solar panel. So let me grab that solar panel for you guys. I did not grab it, but I'm going to grab it now. This is, of course, the Solar Saga 100 panel. Now, the Solar Saga 100 panel is a beautiful little panel. This panel right here does have these nice little Velcro legs that's going to allow you to get it up and stand it up off of that. Now, you're going to have one on each side. So you do have another little leg right here, of course, for this. And it does Velcro in on itself. That means you don't have to have a carrying case. This is your carrying case. Right here, of course, is a little pocket. Inside this pocket is, of course, the cable for you. Now with this, though, it is fully waterproof, but it does have the cable. The cable is approximately 9 feet long. It does have that nice little yellow plug, but it also comes with an adapter if you guys need to adapt it down to a smaller size. That means it's going to be very well done. Now with this, though, it is compatible with multiple stations, so we can talk about that, of course, with that. And we're going to get into it a little more. Since it is, of course, user-friendly and expandable and can be worked with other stations from your 240s on up to your 1000s without a problem. Now, with this, it's got the little adapter plug in there, guys. That's a USB-C port and a USB-A port. That's going to allow you to charge your phone or other devices right there for you. Now, remember I did say, guys, it's made from ETFE laminated case. Of course, it's got this nice durable handle. It's going to do 100 watts of charge capability, 18 volts with that. Has the ringlets to tie it down in high wind areas, but it is fully waterproof and water resistant, guys. You can put this outside with no problem. Now, it does work with magnets, so it does magnetically close right here for you. Nice, large monocrystalline solar cells. That's going to grab a lot of light. That's going to give you guys about 23.4% more efficiency than some of the others out there, including lower light settings. But I do recommend, like I said, get that most light that you can see. If you guys can see the lights that are grabbing around me, you guys will see how that light grabs it, and that's the way it's going to pull that charge in for you. And since it is a dual panel, you're good to go. Let's grab that. Let's close this, of course. That's the 100 panel, guys. The 100 panel is an amazing panel. I love this panel. Now, they also have the 200 panel. Now, the 200 panel is actually not in the carousel tonight, but I will show you guys a little video for the 200 because it's a larger solar panel and definitely worth taking a look at. This 200 panel is actually compatible with their larger systems from the 1000 all the way up to the 3000 Pro. Still fully waterproof for harsh and wet weather. Has this carrying case that's going to do well for you guys. John, good evening. Good evening. Right there, guys, is a tri-style device panel. Now, definitely not in the carousel, but worth knowing that they offer a larger panel for the bigger stations. So if you don't want the 100 panel, they have an option for the 200 panel, of course, and an 80 watt panel and a 40 watt panel. Look how large that panel is. That's a beautiful panel. And right there, you guys are seeing that light glowing off of it. That's because it's grabbing that light where you want it when you need it. I kind of like that. It's a great little option. It's going to work out well. So that is, of course, all of the products that we had on hand for you guys tonight, ranging from their little systems up to the big ones. A bunch of great deals with that, of course, as well. Definitely put them in your cart. Check them out if you guys want. And, of course, always, guys, give the channels a follow. Cost you nothing to follow these channels. We are doing a lot of streams. You guys will see us quite a bit doing streaming around here and showing off these products. If you guys have any questions at all, always reach out to one of our pages, of course. And if you guys have anything you guys want us to show off or try to do on stream, definitely reach out to me or Justin to let me know about that, and I will definitely try to plug those in with that. With that, guys, I want to thank you for being here tonight. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening, and I'll see you guys on the next show. Later, everybody. Yeah, thank you for the follow, Jeff and YC. Appreciate that, guys. Yes, I still have a hot mic.